So we'll go down here and we'll see I've got a couple of different raster images, and so I'm going to show you what it does to raster images as well when you try to use the valid pixel option. So if we just do the valid pixel option here on a raster image, as you see, when we're actually looking at this plate, it's going to get very pixelated in the areas that have just white ink. So be sure that you're keeping mindful when you're making a special plate that you're keeping in mind the areas that just have no color in it, which is 100% white or 0, 0, 0, 0 in our CMYK palette. Now we're going to go back to our images. So another thing I really like to do, especially in backlit applications, is a color white color print. Anytime you're doing color white color prints on backlit, you're really going to hold the color when the light turns on, and none of your colors are going to be washed out. And in these applications, it is really best to be able to make a special plate with the whole image area. So say on this black, I'm going to create a whole image area for this color white color backlit print that I'm going to do. And of course I will hold down my control button and select all three of those and come over here to my composition, and I will composite all three of those together. As you see now, they are linked together, and those composites will be now easy to select your quality, and then go ahead and select the color profile that you're wanting to use on that print. So just be mindful of the artwork that you're building in your design programs, where the pixels of colors are coming in and out. Of course, it is very easy to control in a vector program of where that white ink is and where it's not. In Photoshop or a different raster editing program, you can also go into your levels and add at least 1 pixel of gray into all of those white areas as well. Just make sure that when you're selecting those levels, you're just using your black channel and increasing that black channel, but also keep in mind it will increase all of the grays or black ink in that channel. So now I switched over to the JFX 200EX so that we can look at special plates using the special color of clear. As you see here, I have quite a few different files. We're going to select this file that is all vector. We're going to once again go over to our special plate control panel, and you see that I have a drop down now of white and clear. I'm going to select the clear again using the valid pixel. And something we didn't go over before is if you are actually wanting to composite this automatically, you can do that. So if we're wanting to put this spot clear on top of this file, we can skip the step of composition here if we are only wanting to do a 2-layer file. Keep in mind, if you automatically composite these together and build layers later, it will have to be taken apart to be able to composite these back together later on with other plates or files. So I will create it here. As you see, it will automatically composite those together, and you will see my clear special plate come up. Now, this is important to notice that when you're making a special plate with clear, it will all automatically put it as a matte finish. So that's the reason why I wanted to go over this special plate with you today, is so that you know how to change the clear to gloss or the other different options that we have for our clear. So you will go back to your properties, which is the eye up here. So you'll go to your properties and you can go right here to your job attributes, and you will see that it is your special color plate, and you can push setup. Menu will open up so that you can go and change your UV mode. As you see in the UV mode tab, you have quite a few different options that you can pick. You could pick whether you want it to be glossy. This option here to print clear liquid underneath means it is going to lay down a separate print of matte gloss before it comes and puts a gloss layer on top. You can add an additional UV irradiation, which means those lamps are just going to stay on that gloss print a little bit longer to make sure it is as shiny as possible, but I've never really had to use that. You can also go to an emboss print. What the emboss print does is it gives you an embossed look. This is going to be a matte finish, and again, if you want to add more layers here, of course you can, which adds additional overprints when you're doing the emboss. And that's some different options that you have here in your UV mode. So of course we will want this to be glossy. So we'll make sure that the glossy is selected. We will push OK. You will see in your file that now that special plate has turned to glossy. There is another way to be able to do that. So if you want to, I'll show you here with this butterfly image. We will go in here and we will create a special plate in clear and valid pixel and create. So now you see my clear matte special plate has come up. You can also find that UV mode here where you can find your color profiles and your resolution in the print quality tab. You can go back in again and hit that UV mode setup, and again you will see your UV mode options come up, and you can push OK. And then when you go back to your images file, you will see that now your special plate has come up with a glossy finish. Thank you for joining us today. Again, my name is Carissa Turway. I'm print specialist here at Mimaki. Thank you.